All right, this is your man, Sir-Earl, coming at you again. Today is Monday, November 1st. Year's flying past. Um, what do I have to report? It's cold. The fall. I love it. Uh, the colors are changing on the trees. It's nice and crisp. I like that. Wear a light jacket. Um, so that was good. I love that this time of the year. Um, Bears lost again, which is no surprise. They had a lead when I was watching it, left out, came back. They were losing, so uh, you know, just like our Bears. Okay. Like I said, today is Monday. Um, the podcast that I'm going to be doing today um, is entitled "The Journey," and what the podcast is about is the journey from within. We see a lot of people. Y'all see my shirt? My new shirt. We see a lot of people that they talk a good game. I see some people sometimes. They'll post something on Facebook, real positive, and when you know that person, you like you got to be freaking kidding me that this most negative, down person feel like if they can talk a good game, they can believe it. I believe that this is the era of entrepreneurship. Everybody wants to be an entrepreneur, even though a lot of people are not meant for it. And motivational speakers, which is a joke because I believe, as a motivational speaker, I believe you should be able to walk the walk, not just talk the talk. So I see people that I know. I mean, I see people that I know very well that call themselves motivational speakers, and their life does not reflect what they're trying to get you to do or get you to believe or get you to act a certain way. Their life doesn't reflect that. I've always believed if I say I'm a trainer, I better be in shape because you have to practice what you preach. And a lot of people out there today, they just read a lot and they talk a good game, but it's much harder. Trust me, I know. I took that journey. I'm still taking that journey. It's a never-ending journey. They talk a good game, but they're only good to copy what they read from a book verbally and tell people. And this is how you become wealthy. This is how you become a positive thinker. This is how you become this, and they're none of them. So if it worked so well, why aren't you doing it yourself? I do believe that positive motivational thinking and things like that, they do work, but you have to start within, and that was part of the series that I talked about a while ago of creating the habits of success. The first thing I believe, and this is just me, I could be wrong. What I believe is that you must do a journey within first before you can try to, in any way, help anybody with their issues. I took a journey. I grew up, you know, a very, very violent, street-driven person, and I always blame the fact that my father wasn't in my life. So a lot of times, you have to you have to understand, and you have to look, and you have to understand that things happen for you, not to you. So you look at what positive things came from what you walk around as a negative experience. I know people that, you talk about running a business, but you're always on vacation. How does that work? You're supposed to build a life that you don't need a vacation from. Business has its ups and its downs, and you have to love both parts equally. I love the downs because they are a learning lesson, and it's a part of business, and I love the ups. It's a lot more downs than ups, so you definitely have to be able to love that part of it just as much as anything else. And I see a lot of people talking about business and how to be a business owner and all these things, and they don't really particularly run their business. Or you meet these people who, I got a guy, he has a job, but he runs a business on the side, and he calls himself an entrepreneur. Well, if you don't eat off what you make, a true entrepreneur, what you produce. Hey, Vonda, there's my cousins on here saying hi. If you don't eat off what you produce, you're not a true entrepreneur. If you go to a job and punch a clock and get a paycheck, those worries and those urgencies of what it takes to collect money is not there, because you punch that clock, you're going to get a check. The other thing is your side business. And there's nothing wrong with that, but just, let's get the definitions and the wording right. If you have a job at a side business, you have a job in the side business. You're not an entrepreneur. An entrepreneur strictly eats off what he kills. If you don't kill, you don't eat. So a lot of people these days, I'm an entrepreneur. And yeah, okay. I'm a motivational speaker. No, you're not. You're a person that listens to motivational audio and repeats that, and people not knowing any better follow what you say, so you believe that you're a motivational speaker. So I always say, in order to climb that ladder of being able to truthfully talk to people about the journey, you must take the journey yourself. A lot of people have yet to take the journey. Do you save money? How can you recommend someone saving money? Do you wake up every day and create habits of success? How could you preach that to anybody? These are things that are basic. These are things that are much needed. If you wake up every day without the habits of success, meaning reading, meditating, listening to audio, video, and things like that, then you're excluding 75% of the process that it takes to be a true, authentic person. That if you're not keeping a journal, the only person that you can hold accountable is you. The only way you can hold yourself accountable is to keep a journal. Most people don't want to keep a journal because they don't want to look at their journal and see the truth about themselves. So they just choose not to do it. If it takes, if it takes 10 steps, success demands what success demands. Okay. If it takes 10 steps to be successful, but you only want to do 6, you're not going to see success, and you're truly not what you say you are. Success demands what success demands. I see it a lot in training. People are lazy as shit, but they want to be in shape. Well, everybody want to be in shape, but are you willing to get up every day, do the work, eat the right foods, do the things that can make you a success? Are you willing to do that? A lot of people are not. They want the reward, but they don't want to do the work. So I meet people all the time that, I'm trying to get myself in shape and blah, 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 but, I can't eat right. Cooking takes too long. I don't have time. They have a million excuses. Well, excuses only sound good to the person that's making them. What your body demands to get in shape, your body demands. It don't want to. It doesn't hear your fucking excuses. If you're not eating right and working out on a consistent basis, you're not going to see progress. You're not going to get in shape. I don't care how many excuses you make to yourself, it still does not change the process. 2 plus 2 must make 4. 2 plus 1 can't make 4. I don't care how many ways you try to tell people, hey, this 2 plus 1 equals up to 4. It does not. Success demands what success demands. If it takes And that's for you to figure out. The only way for you to figure out what works for you. That's why I'm not this big believer in motivational speakers. They can only tell you their story and what they overcame. Well, I overcame a lot more than a lot of people to be where I'm at. I mean, I didn't go to high school. I didn't go to college. I come from an area where 98% of the people are dead or in jail. I come from a fatherless home. I come from, arrest record, being in jail, out home, every level of detention. But yet I still managed to build and maintain a very respectable business. Whereas at the time that I opened this business, it was not common for blacks to open up personal training businesses. If we were doing a barbershop or rib joint, maybe. But I opened it up at a time where it wasn't meant for us to do that. And I've been in existence. I've been in this business for 30 years. So I have shown I have staying power in the sense of a field that now is very popular. But 25 years ago, when I opened my studio, it was not popular at all. People look at you like you're out of your damn mind, talking about pay $25, $30 per hour for me to get you in shape. This is a business people need to understand. This is business that people don't even want to do for free, let alone pay you a lot of money. But I've been able to find my way within this, and like I said, I've been operating this business for 25 years. Now everybody's, I want to be a trainer. I want to be a trainer. Okay, well, like I said before, success demands what success demands. It can't require 10 steps, but you're only willing to give 6. It's not going to work. I don't give a damn how many excuses you tell yourself of why. Like I said, I'm in a profession that it's all negative. Every person you meet is negative. No one wants to do it. Working out, maybe you'll get them to do that, but eating right, no, that's not going to happen. And that's 80% of how you look is your diet, your nutrition. And that's the hardest thing to get people to do. They might work out. They might be able to afford to pay you to work out. But trying to get them to eat right is where you see no discipline whatsoever. They go out and I always have a question. It's like, how could you eat what makes you look like what you don't like looking like? Why would you make that choice? And speaking of choice, it's like I see people a lot of times. I'm not a religious fanatic by any means, but I see people all the time. They read and they know every verse and they this and they that. The one thing you need to understand, okay? I don't give a damn what religion you are. Our God gives us freedom of choice, okay? So you can read the Bible all day long. But when that choice comes and you make the wrong choice, I mean, there are people that's doing life in prison for making the wrong choices. There are people addicted to drugs for making the wrong choices. God will guide you in any way. If you pray to him and ask him for guidance, he'll give you guidance. But you still, at the end of the day, you still have freedom of choice. And a lot of us are failing that test of freedom of choice. When it's put before us, we're going to choose the wrong thing. I tell people all the time that come in here and eat wrong and choose the wrong foods. I was able to send 4 kids through college off people making bad choices. I wouldn't have a living if people didn't make the wrong choices when it comes to getting in shape. And I see these people when they're putting on 20, 30, 40 pounds. Well, when did you notice you was a fat ass? You know what I mean? What, at the 20-pound mark, 30-pound mark, 80-pound mark? At what point did you decide, you know what, I'm going to put an end to this? I am about to get myself where I want to be at because that's where I want to be. Back to the original subject, the journey has to be an individual journey that every day you get up and you try to be a better version of yourself. You look in the mirror, you hold yourself accountable. Every day there's something to work on. But you can't encourage people if you yourself are not living the best that you can live. No one's ever perfect, but we can wake up every day and we can find one more thing that we can work on to be a better person than what we are, whether that be personal relationship, business, religion, eating, no matter what it is, you can always do better. There's never gonna become a time that you can't do better if you hold yourself accountable and you are truthful to yourself. There's never gonna come a time that you can't improve on something. So I look at all these people that call themselves motivational speakers, and you're not living that life. Live that life. Take that journey. Take your individual journey. Practice on you first. If you're not eating right, you don't you should people just take the act of what they're doing or not doing, and they take it as that. When you're not eating right, okay, you lack discipline. That's the whole key. You lack discipline. If you lack discipline in eating, you lack discipline in other places. Okay, so it goes far beyond I just don't eat right. You don't work out, you're lazy. And if you're lazy when it comes to the one temple that you should take care of that you were given, if you're lazy with that, you're lazy with other things. There's nothing more important than your health. So these things that we look at, they go so much deeper than what we give it credit for. And I've learned years and years of doing this that not eating right is not just I don't eat right. I mean, it's that too, but it shows lack of discipline. And usually, anybody you find that has a lack of discipline with their eating, they're going to be fat, overweight, and they're going to show lack of discipline in other places. Okay, so the habits that we form tell us more about who we are as people as opposed to the act. Lack of discipline, laziness, not focused, all those things make you less of a person. If you work on those things, then you become more valuable as a person. And then somewhere down the road, you can afford to talk about it, hopefully. But get yourself together first. Go on your own personal journey. Make your changes. Be responsible. Be accountable for yourself. And then, maybe people will listen to you. If not, all you doing is what's called fronting or false flagging, or you talk a good game, practice what you preach. So until next week, here's your man, Sir-Earl, and I'm signing out. Peace out.